In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto.
Question everything.
Don't forget to not trust anything.
Oh my gosh, you got to mess with me on a night like this evening. It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader, and we've got a couple special guests here on Friday evening. We've got the one and only Loudmouth and Berwin representing Ektachain. Gentlemen, how are we doing this evening?
We're really good. Yeah, it's actually midnight over here in Scotland, but
It's midnight.
Yeah, it is. I actually took a nap. I just woke up.
That's commitment, I gotta say. I like it. Midnight, ready to represent. Super excited about that. Mouth, how you doing, brother? Things going well?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
We are having a little bit of a lag issue this evening, ladies and gents. So bear with us. We're going to work through it. We're going to get there. So we are going to talk about the crypto markets. We're going to talk about NFTs tonight. We're definitely going to get into NFTs. If you are not following Ektachain, I've got that down below the video. Check that out. This is not a sponsored post. We are looking at partnering up with Ekta possibly. So we're kind of going through, checking them out, kind of seeing what they're all about. And then we've partnered up with Loudmouth. We're going to be doing some Twitter spaces with him. He is a legend in the Twitter space. So yeah, just make sure that you're following both of these people in the space. And let's have some fun tonight. Let me take a look at the crypto markets real quick, and then we're going to dive into the NFT space here. We got to do our little thing. Make sure to follow us on Twitter on both of our accounts. Make sure to check us out, Danger Close Alpha. If you guys didn't know, we've got the bug out drop that just recently happened. What are we at, Miguel?
318 so far.
318 of the bags are sold, and yeah, IRL event, 3-day prepper boot camp. The scheduling for all of you who have bought your bags, the scheduling till tomorrow night at midnight. That's the only amount of time I could get her to give me, just straight up private scheduling. So if you want to make sure that you get your classes, make sure to schedule between now and then. It's in the Discord. If you're not already in the Discord, fix that problem as well. All right, let's take a peek at the markets. So the overall global the crypto market cap's at 992.71 billion with a B dollars. Let me update this, make sure I didn't get any bad info here. I did. 980.2. You got to update your pages, ladies and gents. Down 0.43%. Again, it's been like this the last few days. Flat. Bitcoin just under 20. ETH just under 1,600. We are just flat. Miguel, you want to hop on any TA this evening, or we want to skip past that tonight? You tell me, brother.
We can do a quick little TA session.
Right, cool. Let's do it.
So let me share my screen real quick. Here we go. So guys, we're seeing what we've been seeing, right? Here's what's happening. We couldn't hold the heart line. We've broken down. We've retested this heart line twice. We've lost the point of control, and we're trying to make that retest again. As you saw earlier today, the market was pumping. Ethereum was over 1,600. We tried to test this heart line on Bitcoin, and we've been kind of rejected once again. Things are very flat and sideways. Momentum has not been picking up yet here on Microcipher B. The RSI levels are kind of low, but money flow and the VWAP are just completely flat, right? We're heading into the weekend, so I suspect we're probably going to be seeing some more of this throughout the weekend, just flat action going sideways, nothing really going on. So just, get ready for that.
Yeah. We shall see what happens with the markets moving forward. We do know one thing. NFTs, though they've slowed down a lot, are still rocking and rolling. And there's one of the great things that I was talking to. So I met up with Loud out in Las Vegas, and we had been talking. We were on some panels together, and I was talking about how one of the coolest things about NFTs is the creativity that comes along with it. And as we continued to talk through some of the things that people are doing in the NFT space, Ekta came up. And so I want to give Berwin an opportunity to talk about what they are doing in the space, because I got to tell you, it's different, and it's different in a really cool way. And I think there's also, everybody loves free stuff. Well, I got to tell you, we like giving away free NFTs, fire starters, little things like that. This man's giving away a trip to Bali. So he's going to make us look bad on the stream tonight, right? Actually, 10 trips to Bali, I believe is what it is, but I'll let him talk about it. 10. So actually, let's start off with you, Loud. Talk to me about how you got hooked up with Berwin.
Actually, from in real life events. So I met Jeff who worked in Austin, and then ended up linking up again with her who was over at Ekta Real Estate, was there. I met him through Jess, and then we ended after the NYC trip, and then I ended up working board and helping guys with Ekta, because it's the most bullish thing I've seen in the NFT space since I've been in. We just had our first booth and set up in Vegas, and I was on a panel with you, and that's how I met you. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. The IRL stuff, and we were talking about this before the show, the IRL stuff is where it's at. I will say, you know, there's so much work that happens behind the scenes where you can't do the IRL, but it's one thing to meet somebody in this juncture, and you all that are watching the show, you see Miguel and I constantly. When we do our IRL meeting in Ohio in May, when that comes, it's going to be really cool. It's fun to meet people in person. There's just something different about it. That's why when people talk about the metaverse, I'm super bullish on the metaverse long term. I think there's going to be a lot of great things that are going to come from it, but nothing beats person to person. That's just my, you know, I love people. I want to be able to give you a hug. I want to be able to say hello, you know, shake your hand, whatever the case may be. And that's just really hard to do, even with technology today. So Berwin, talk to me about Ektachain. What are you guys doing? What kind of makes you different? I'll let you just take it away. Kind of give us your elevator pitch, brother.
Hi. Thanks for having me here. Ektachain is a layer one blockchain. What we do is kind of different because we really bridge the physical world to the blockchain, and we try to profit with purpose and improve people's lives and really fix the environment with our chain. So one of the things we do that a lot of people are interested about is we have a lot of NFTs that are related to property. We have NFTs, gaming NFTs. So all of our NFTs has a lot of assets and value and utility. So we recently launched our OG Portal NFT. This NFT is linked to our Portal NFT, which comes with a physical node. So we ship you an actual physical node, so you can help us manage our endpoint nodes, and we reward you for the next 10 years with our token. So these nodes,
10 years?
Yes. And then we also have NFTs that's tied to membership and property ownership and fractional property ownership. We can talk about that a little bit later. And also in our metaverse, we have a game. It's a tree planting game called MetaTrees. And the NFTs there have carbon credits embedded to it. So it's a gamification of like an ESG type gamification where you plant trees in the metaverse, but it also goes to planting trees in the real world and preserving rainforests.
Dude, that's awesome. That sounds. So I had a quick question. I was wondering when you buy the NFT, you get shipped a node. So
Yeah.
that's how you're decentralizing the network. And what
Correct.
does that? How does the node work for the people that are watching this for the first time? Like, so you have the NFT, you get your node, then what do you do?
And all you need to do is plug it on the wall, connect to Wi-Fi and your wallet, and you start earning Ekta token every day for
Wow.
the next 10 years. We just had our OG Portal mint drop. So that was 969 collection just for the early supporters of Ekta. And our floor price has gone up like maybe 3-4x already. And so we have another portal. For those that missed out, we have a second mint. It's called Portal NFT. So the first one was OG, original Portal NFT. This is the 10,000 collection. So basically, this one actually we ship an actual node to you. And this NFT gives you access to our entire ecosystem and whitelist to all our IDOs, all our mints, and a lot of other utility like events, revenue sharing from our island, our DGen island, our ecosystem, our NFT marketplace. There's so many things. So we're a layer one blockchain. We are an EVM compatible chain. We have everything that the layer one chain has, like Avalanche will have, or Solana or Cardano. But the only difference is we're backed by real world assets. and we do a lot of our projects that are real world. Like most of our projects have a real world utility, and everything has to do with asset backed
Yeah.
utility. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all about real life utility. That's where it's at.
Tell you, this is not like your normal island NFT, because most of those do an NFT so that they can raise funds to rent an island or maybe buy an island. Stuff. Ekta already has the island. They already have the yachts. They already have the nodes in operation, or like coin. So this is something that they're actually coming back into the space to make sure that people, so that we can build with them, because they want decentralization just as much as you and I do. So because it's already done, they're just sharing it. They're sharing it with us.
I love the idea, and Miguel and I are all on the same page with this for sure. We love the real world backing. We love the assets actually backing. Part of the problem with our money in the world today is they just fire up the printer and let's rock and roll. There's nothing behind it.
Man.
Just Fugazi, right? Just print it off. You know, hey, I need money. I'm going to the store. Babe, turn on the printer. Right, that's essentially what's happening at the Fed, and it's just it's overwhelming, and it's done nothing good for our economy. It's done nothing good for our world. You know, we're the world reserve currency, and we have problems going on right now. So I love the fact that you're backing with real world assets such as real estate. So speaking of that, you had mentioned earlier fractionalizing real estate, and this is an idea that has been brought forth in the NFT space. That, you know, we had actually, when we first started talking about NFTs, this was an idea that got thrown out. Miguel and I and a bunch of other creators had talked about the ideas of, okay, what does this really look like? And you know, spoiler alert, Miguel and I have talked about this with some other stuff too, and it's cool and it's fun to speculate on what that looks like. So my question is, technically, you have a real estate deed. Okay, so I hold the deed to my home here where I live. Okay, let's just say I had the great idea that, hey, everybody in my community is going to own a piece of my personal house. Okay, I know we're talking about an island, we're talking about yachts, we're talking about different pieces of real estate, whatever the case may be. What does it technically look like on the back end in terms of, are you tokenizing the actual deed to the home and then everyone owns a little piece of that? Or do the NFTs just represent a partial percentage of the asset in question, which would be the home?
Yeah, so the structure for that is it's nothing new. It's been around forever. So I'm a property developer mainly. Because I live in many countries. What I do is I look for a property. So that deed, I will purchase it with a local LLC, with the local company,
Okay.
like an LLC, and then that LLC will be owned by an offshore company.
Okay.
So that offshore company, if I want to sell that property, I would sell the offshore company. The reason why I do that is because it's more tax friendly that way. So,
Okay.
for example, if I have a property in Bali,
Okay.
it will be owned by a local company that's owned by, let's say, an offshore company from Singapore.
Okay.
And so technically, instead of me selling the property and paying 25% capital gains tax in Indonesia, I would just sell the Singapore company, and I would just pay 0.0025 document stamps. Right.
I like
that's
this already.
that's the structure I do. When I was living
really?
in Spain, property developer, I was doing the same thing. In China, when I was living there, I did the same thing. So I would own the deed using a local company, and I have an offshore in Hong Kong, and I would just sell the offshore in Hong Kong to a new buyer, and he indirectly owns the property through the offshores. So what our team did is basically we studied that, and we created smart contracts for that. Property due diligence and purchasing a property takes a while. It takes 60 to 90 days to complete the purchase, and that's really long. So what we're trying to do is do that off chain, make sure that the deed is clean, check the due diligence report, check the bank, check if there's any problems in court, check the access road if it's a development with a problem with access. After that, we put that all on chain, and then we start layering it. So you have the deed, the due diligence report, the company, and then the offshore. So all of that is going to be in a smart contract in the metadata, and then we put that in the IPFS. And what we do is we fractionalize the shares of the offshore company, because that's
Oh,
the one. Yes, and then that you can start
and the
trading.
company owns a piece of property, and then
Yes,
you can
correct.
move that.
Yes,
Damn,
correct.
that's really
So you
smart.
start trading that like stocks, and then it
Yeah.
becomes very liquid. And the thing is, what the due diligence report is done, and everything is clean, the title's clean. So then you can start trading it every hour if you want, instead of every 90 days. And
So
so we
then,
just,
so go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, we take out that tedious problem where you have to do all these checks and due diligence reports, and back and forth with the lawyers in the bank. So we do all of that, and then we put it on chain, and we start trading it. And
Perfect. So,
so that's a lot of work, right? So
yeah.
we have teams. We're just starting in Indonesia first, in Bali, and our next project will be in Malaysia and the Philippines and then Middle East. But the tech is great. It's a layering technology, royalty splitter, because we have royalty. That's why property developers love this, and we're signing them up quickly, is because they have royalties.
Yeah,
They didn't
royalties. We
realize
love
that.
that word.
Yeah, they didn't realize.
Berwin,
They didn't realize
Berwin,
that.
Berwin, tell him the tower.
Oh
Just
yeah,
the,
we
the Ekta
the
tower.
next country we're going to is in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur. We also have a tower there, a 41-story tower, and 3 levels on the roof with the penthouse. So we're gonna have like our NFT membership on the rooftop, and then the whole tower is more like property ownership. But what we're doing is we're creating communities, Web3 degen communities that live in these places. So the problem, so Ektachain was born during the pandemic. I'm a property developer. The reason why I created Ektachain is because when the world shut down, all my property developments and my hotels had to close, because yeah, because there's no tourists and there's no one purchasing property. So I tried to figure out a way to make property pandemic proof, make it liquid, and also improve people's lives. People can start purchasing fractional ownership of properties for as low as $200. Real estate developers can raise funds easily through this as well, and then get the royalty splits, and also help the architect involved, the interior designer involved, the landscape architect involved, to get the royalties as well every time these NFTs are bought and sold. So
So, so are you suggesting, I own a construction company here in Ohio. Are you basically suggesting that I might be able to start pulling royalties on some of the work on top of everything else if it was structured correctly? I love this
yes,
idea. We're going to have to be
yes.
talking about this for sure.
Yes, it is. So what we started off is, because we want to be a very above the board, like legit
Hmm.
leader in this industry. We're gonna work with ISO certified construction agencies. We're gonna be working with the top 5 valuation companies and agencies like Savills, Knight Frank. We work with Knight Frank, so they're the top 5. We'll be working with the top notaries and lawyers of every country, because it's property. This is a serious business. We need to check. We need the proper
Yeah.
due diligence report, valuation report, all of this before we put it in the IPFS and put it on chain. So
Wow.
so the bulk of the work is really business development and
Yeah.
operations. The tech is there. The tech is done. We've done it
Right.
already. Our marketplace is live. We passed all the audits. 14 contracts passed all the audits. We're just onboarding people into our marketplace on our chain, and it's gonna go live when there's a lot of projects already, and start trading, because a marketplace is not a marketplace if there's just one project. So we're just
Yeah.
onboarding more projects, and then start trading in 2 months from now.
And this is only
And
possible because you're looking into like the laws of the different countries, right? So when you have your offshore company, right, that company is in a country that allows for this type of ownership and people trading. Because I'm pretty sure right now, if you try to fractionize a piece of real estate inside the United States and you start selling ownership, direct ownership, instantly some red flags are going to be coming up.
You
Yes.
got you got
Wait a
security
minute.
issues.
Yeah,
Yes,
you got all
correct.
kinds of security issues and
Yeah.
stuff. So you guys have done all the research to make sure that it's compliant to the laws within the country. So you're making sure you're working with compliance and that it's all legal and it's all working properly. So
Yes, correct. So we're starting off in Indonesia because I live here. I live in Indonesia. I've been doing property development here for 13 years. I've been a property developer for the last 22 years.
Bali's
But
beautiful. I love
Yeah.
Bali. I've been over to Bali. It's gorgeous over there. I'm gonna tell you, I loved it.
yeah,
I
it's
absolutely loved it.
beautiful, and it has the highest rental yield in the world. One of the
That's
highest
wild.
because we get 18 million tourists coming to Bali a year. So
But it's
the
so
daily
cheap.
rent.
I don't understand
And
how.
yes.
I don't understand. Okay, let me ask you something. Maybe you can tell me this, Berwin. This is totally well. It's not off topic. When I went to Bali, I went there for 10 or 11 days. Okay, and this is true story for everybody's listening. I know you guys are gonna think I'm full of it, but Berwin, you can back me up on this. When I was towards the end of the trip, okay, I would go out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, me and my wife, and I would and I'm talking about I would have a drink, I would do it all, right? I was trying to spend money. And I think the most I ever spent at like the ritziest place on the island, I was on Limbagan, and I think I
Limbagan, yeah.
might have spent, or two of us, maybe $34, maybe on like a ritzy meal, drinks, the whole deal. My question is, we had a private villa with a pool inside the villa overlooking the beach. I believe in US dollars. I know I think they use baht there, but I believe in US dollars. It was 100 and actually she's walking right now. How much was it? $115 a night. How does that become profitable for a real estate investor? I don't understand. Is the property that cheap, like on the front end when you're buying it? It just didn't.
Everything is very cheap in Bali because Indonesia is a resource-rich country. So you have
This is my daughter Addison. She wants to remind everybody to make sure to be your own bank. Check out the little ledger link down below. She's got more ETH in Bitcoin than she knows what to do with right now. Actually, she doesn't even know what to do with it, but she'll find out someday. Say hi. Say bye-bye. Say I'm going to bed. Mwah. She comes on to the show every night, by the way.
Sorry. I have two kids as well. I'm setting them up as well. I'm teaching my son how to play games already, and look at the smart contract and be his own bank. So I'm teaching him what is MetaMask and what are private keys, and he's 9 years old. So
so talk to me about the property.
Yeah, property is great. So the reason why property, well, in Bali, the land is not cheap. So what's cheap is the building cost. The reason why we can keep building costs, so you can build. I'll do metric system and square meters here because that's how my brain works.
That's fine. I can calculate it.
So it's around $500 to $600 to build per cubic meter to build a home.
Okay.
A home, and then to decorate it and add everything down to the curtains and the plates and everything. I think it's around $700 to $800 per cubic meter in Bali to do that. Okay. On an island, it's a bit more expensive because you have to ship everything to the island. So it's like $1,000 per cubic meter.
Okay.
So you can build like a 300 square meter, 3,000 square foot home, 300 square meter home for a really nice one for $300,000 beachfront.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah. The reason why we can do that is because Indonesia is a petrol-rich country. We don't need to import petrol. We're the part of the OPEC nation. A gallon of petrol. So basically, I count in liters. So it's 50 cents per liter in Indonesia. So that's $2 a gallon. Nothing.
Let's go.
Yeah,
we like that.
We missed those prices.
So we don't have any problem with inflation. During the pandemic, the government didn't print out any cash, didn't do any handouts. So
must be nice.
So we don't have this money printer issue. So we don't have hyperinflation here. The quality of life here is just as good as the West, probably better because we have staff. Like I have I have cleaning lady, chef, and like a
I
driver
forgot. Well, I forgot that
my
was part of
home.
the deal too. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that only costs $1,000 a month to have 4 staff.
Uh-huh.
Rental income is really good. Like my villa in Bali, I have a 5 bedroom villa. I rent it out for $1,200 a day, and I have 25 other 1 bedroom villas. I rent it for $500 a day. It's in on a high street, and I'm 90% full, and my cost to build was nothing. Like I did my ROI in 2011 in 2.5 years. Nowadays I can ROI in 5 years. That's not bad for
Oh yeah,
property.
that's
Yeah,
fantastic on a property.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so then let me ask you this. So let's break it down to the people that are on the stream right now. So we got a bunch of people on the stream right now that say, "Hey, I love it. We're talking about fractionalizing real estate. We're talking about NFTs. These are two things that I can get on board with." The question then becomes, Ekta, okay? How can someone let's say in the chat, first of all, guys, make sure to follow Ektachain on Twitter for sure. The information is down below the video, and Loudmouth just jumped off, but make sure to follow Loudmouth_ETH. He's made this connection here that we're super excited about, and we're going to be talking about a yacht party in a minute. So don't disappear, because definitely you could be one of the winners of said party, of the yacht party, and get flown out to Bali, all expenses paid. We'll get to that in a minute. But what I want to ask is the average investor, the average person in the NFT space. I don't know what the actual number is, but a very common thing to see people do is they'll come in and they'll spend a few $100 to $1,000 in the NFT space. That's a very like normal, casual thing to see people do. Okay. How does someone come in, or why do they come in with Ekta in particular? So with our project in particular, they come in because they are getting taught prepping. They are getting taught and part of a community that works and does, prepping. We're giving that education in real life events. How can someone look at what you're offering and say, hey, I can see ROI coming from that? Because a lot of times the biggest thing that people are looking for in the NFT space is, how much money can I make? That's life, right? So how does someone evaluate what that looks like, getting involved with Ekta, putting their money with Ekta, and then looking for gains with Ekta?
Well, a really good example is our Portal NFT. We're
Okay.
having the mint on September 28th. If you go to our Portal website, I think it's ekta.io/portal, you'll see all the utility and value that Portal NFT will give. One of them is the physical node. That physical node will emit 10,000. We have 10,000 Ekta a day distributed among 10,000 nodes. So if there's only 5,000 nodes plugged in, you get 2 Ekta a day. If there's 1,000 nodes plugged in, you get 10 Ekta a day. If all 10,000 nodes are plugged in, you get 1 Ekta a day. And you get that for the next 10 years for helping us support our network and running our nodes for us. So that's one value you get. So you do your math, and you're getting about
What's Ekta at right
60%.
now? 38 cents or something like that? I think I
38
looked.
cents, right? So
Okay.
the
See, I
more
did a
you
little homework. I did a little homework before you came on here.
yeah. So Ekta token is really cheap right now because it's the bear market. Everyone's cautious about it. But one thing people don't know is Ekta is a layer 1 blockchain token. So our token is used in our entire ecosystem. It'll be used to mint NFTs. It will be used for our exchange. It will be used for our island. It will be used for our metaverse game, everything. So later on, so the more nodes are running, the more NFTs are minted, the higher Ekta price will be. So in dollar value, every year it will go up. So that's one. So another example of our NFT that has value is, of course, our property or real estate NFTs. I tend to call our real estate NFTs a stable coin plus, because unlike Terra Luna or Celsius, they offered 8 to 20% under stable coins, but it's vapor money. What a real estate NFT has is an asset that goes up
Stacking
in
it.
value,
Yeah.
go up in value every year, and it has rental income. So not only you get that 8% to 20% from a real business,
Mhm.
that your NFT goes, it's 1 this year, next year it's 1.2, next year it's 1.4, and you're
Mhm.
getting 8 to 20% rewards every year.
And
Miguel,
and
you're
they're
about to say
are they
something?
also are they also getting rental income as like a distribution to them?
Yeah, yeah, but we're gonna gamify the rewards, because if we just give them if we just pay out like rewards without them doing a task, that's going to be a security token. But if we gamify it a bit and you do certain tasks and play games with it and we reward you for that, then it's completely fine.
Perfect.
That's wild. It's so creative. Loud, I want to ask you. So you made the connection here. We're talking about real estate. We're talking about NFTs. I want to hear from you. Tell me, listen, you are when you show up, everybody knows you are in the room. I love it. We clicked right away. I really like your energy. Talk to me about the yacht party, bro. I hear there's a yacht party going on. What's the deal with that? Can you tell me a little bit about
that? Let's go. Yeah, so they're doing a Bali Mastermind yacht party, and it's just, instead of having speakers, we're gonna like do, you know, a whiteboard. We're gonna think, hey, what's the issues that we actually have an opportunity to solve, and hopefully we come along with a bunch of solutions by the time it's over with, and we leave with more projects that we can put on the marketplace, because it's just so big. It's so much to cram in on the show, just to continue to explain everything that we've got going on and to keep everything updated, because this is the most amazing thing that has been in space since I've been in. It's really, really great. And
so how do people
have
to go to the actual party? Like, how do people actually get to go? So like,
well,
somebody's watching the show right now. How do they get involved? And like, hey,
yeah, they can. I think.
Okay. No. First up, you have to buy a captain hat. And
I love it.
I think on our website.
There you go. That's the hat to get you the plane ticket.
That's what Loudmouth's Bored Ape has
That's
on.
right.
Just so for those of you that don't know, his Bored Ape wears that hat, and all of a sudden, you know, he's turned into a Bored Ape, and here we go.
Let's go. It's a naked board. Dude, I'm naked.
Oh, I did not realize that. This now we're talking nudity, and you piqued my interest even more.
Yeah. So they did a little yacht party beforehand, and I couldn't get there in time because I was doing another show, and set out color cut out of me and put me on the yacht party boat with them while they did their footage for the promo videos. So funny.
I saw that video.
You saw that?
Yes. They literally, there's like a big ass party at a yacht. Everybody's walking, and there's just a cutout of him in the captain's seat and at different locations. Like if he's just at there, it's just a cutout of him.
That's dope though, to be so loved by a group of people, bro. That says a lot for real, because the majority of people don't get that kind of love and respect. So that's super dope. I'm thinking that's where it's at. So Berwin, let me ask you, how do Miguel started to ask a minute ago, how do people get involved? How did they get the opportunity to be one of those? Because you said it was 10 people that were going to win this, right? I know that I did a set of tasks that, follow on Twitter. I got into the Discord. I retweeted something. I did the things, right? What has to happen after that to be eligible for this possibility to go on this yacht party?
Yeah, once you're in the Discord, there's the alpha group that you have to get into, and then once you get into the alpha group, you can make some proposals and give some ideas and what you want to talk about and what you want to do during the Bali Mastermind.
Okay.
And if it catches our attention, then it goes through our kind of like our mini DAO that we have in the alpha group, and then we choose that project. Or we choose
so you are legitimately, you are scoping out like, wow, that's a fantastic idea. These ideas are all getting thrown out. It is literally a mastermind session that's happening.
Yeah, it's like an
and then you're
incubator
picking
for startups.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Yes.
Interesting, man. I'll tell you what. I think
sign up for that.
What'd you say? Loud?
You can sign up.
I said you can sign up for that on BaliMastermind.io.
Okay.
Yeah. BaliMastermind.io.
BaliMastermind.io. I'm looking forward to seeing if maybe I can toss out some ideas in there. I want to go to Bali for a little party. So
Woohoo!
let's bring it all home. Let's talk about where we're at. So we want to get involved. We're going to get involved. Okay, the people that are watching the stream want to get involved. Okay, so they jump in, they follow on Twitter, they start, paying attention. Maybe they buy some of the tokens. I do always ask this question. This is the hard questions, right? Because it needs to be asked. There's risk in everything you get involved with. It doesn't matter what it is. So we always do our due diligence and ask, and I want to ask you on the stream, what would you say is the biggest risk of getting involved with Ekta? So obviously, I will just say it, the price of the token, depending on where it was versus where it is. But listen, anything in the crypto space is that way. Is that the main liability that we have in the process of getting involved with Ekta, or what should the people know there? Because we definitely need to know that too.
Yeah, I mean, the token price is the token price. It's the based on our tokenomics, and we use the token to purchase things, and and use it in our network, in our ecosystem.
And those are being
But
mined through the nodes.
uh, yeah, so it's already minted. So
already
we're
mint?
just
Okay.
yeah, it's already minted. It's just we emit those tokens. The node emits those tokens. But the risk, let's see, if Bitcoin goes to zero, I think the whole crypto
Well, then
market's
the whole crypto
screwed.
market's smoked.
The thing is, there's the tokenomics and the token, which is used in our layer one blockchain. But we're actually running a real business here. So we're running on blockchain technology, and we are constantly innovating and disrupting and providing value and utility to all our project. So if the token price goes to zero, Ekta doesn't die, because Ekta is a business, it's profitable, and
Yeah.
we're asset backed. So the biggest risk would be the some more black swan events if crypto dies, regulation if the government cracks down and says you can't do crypto business anymore.
Right.
But then we're a blockchain business, so, and we're running. We actually got a $60 million VC investment commitment, and I haven't even touched that money because I don't need it. We're actually quite profitable, and we're doing well, and we don't like to leverage. The reason why that investment commitment is there is if I want to tap into it to add more liquidity or do something, but I don't want to tap it because I don't want to sell my tokens to them and have people just dumping my tokens in the market. So I'm very, very careful with who has my tokens and who's dumping it and who's vesting and who. So it's really important for us to work with people that love Ekta, that have a long-term vision with us, and that want to hold that token, stake it, and use it to grow with us.
What's the
So
ticker?
you said something about
EKTA, right?
EKTA.
yeah. You
Yeah,
said
and
there was a drop coming pretty soon here in September. What was that date again, and what how is that? How does that
So
work?
on September 28th, we have a Portal NFT mint. There's an allow list happening right now. So you need to just go to ekta.io/portal and follow the steps in our Gleam campaign, and then you'll get a password and get into the allow list so that you can mint a day before everyone else does.
Perfect.
I'm super excited. We definitely need to talk some more, Berwin. Thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate having you on. Is there anything in particular that you'd like to leave the people with before we sign off this evening?
Yeah, if you want to participate in our mastermind, just go to balimastermind.io. And if you want to be in the allow list for the Portal NFT Mint, which is an amazing NFT project, it's not just a PFP. We also give you an actual physical node. So that's on ekta.io/portal.
And what exchange can they buy Ekta on?
Yes. If you want to purchase Ekta, we're listed in 4 exchanges: SushiSwap,
Okay.
Probit, LBank, and MEXC.
Okay, you're on MEXC and Sushi Swap, those two.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Cool.
And you can find our so it's all on Binance Smart Chain. So you can look at our contract address on CoinMarketCap. Just look for BSC chain. So we have an Ethereum contract and a BSC chain contract, but we're using BSC chain for now. We do have a bridge from Ektachain to BSC and Ethereum, but we're using BSC for now. So Sushi Swap on BSC, and then the centralized exchanges. You can see it on our website, ekta.io. Everything, all the info is there. It's really clear.
Okay.
Yeah. We have
Miguel, you got anything
videos,
else?
tutorials, everything.
Awesome, dude. No, I don't have anything else. That was great, man. I'm
Well,
excited.
Crypto Fam, I hope you guys enjoyed this. We've talked to you about so many different utilities with NFTs, and this is where we can see some big money flowing into the space. We're talking about venture capitalists putting money in, saying, hey, the real estate markets are ripe for the picking, so to speak. Now you can get in. And I think one of the beautiful things here is that opportunity, because someone like myself, someone like Miguel, someone like Berwin, someone like anybody watching this stream right now, I guess is kind of the person that I'm speaking to. You have an opportunity to possibly get involved in a piece of real estate that otherwise you would have to have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars invested in to be able to take a piece of that action. And I think it's an opportunity that we're going to see grow drastically in the space. So one of the cool things I will leave you with, the bear market is all about growth. Loud actually said to me the first night I met him, he said, this bear market thing is so overplayed. It's not a bear market. It's a building market. And if you're not building in this market, then you're not going to win in the crypto space. And when he said it, it was like one of those cloud opening, the sun shone down on my forehead. And I was like, man, that's such a simple idea, but it makes so much sense. And I totally agree. So build your portfolio. We're here for entertainment purposes only. What we want to do is provide opportunity for you to see different things that you can do with your assets, different things that you can do with your money, and give you the opportunity to make some decisions that otherwise maybe you wouldn't have. So if you guys want to check out Ektachain, that's ekta.io, and then the mastermind. Tell me one more time, Berwin.
Bali Mastermind.io.
BaliMastermind.io, and that will be the way that you can possibly get the 10 people are getting a free trip out to Bali and going to have a yacht party out there. So Crypto Fam, we love you. You could be anywhere on a Friday. Yeah. You could be anywhere on a Friday night. The days are starting to roll together, but you are here. We appreciate you. Just remember, question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like a top.
We'll see you soon.